Sonic has undergone numerous transformations over the years, each symbolizing something unique, from the legendary Super Sonic, who harnesses the power of chaos to enhance his strength and connections, to the armor forged from his beliefs and ideals, which he uses to wield the newly reborn Excalibur, and even to newer forms like Cyber Sonic, blending ancient power with the advanced technology and nature of a forgotten race. These transformations are celebrated for their impact on the story, their contribution to the expanding lore, or simply their striking designs and thrilling actions. However, there's one form that encapsulates all these qualities, but doesn't always get the recognition it deserves. But let's be real, you already know who exactly I'm talking about. The Werehog is an incredible, intriguing form, both in terms of its design and its role in the story. But before diving into that, let's look at its origins and how it evolved from concept into the final version. For Sonic Unleashed, Shinkichi Tanahashi, really sorry if I butchered the name, he was the lead character designer and artist, and he was tasked with creating a ferocious werewolf-inspired Sonic. One of the initial designs was quite close to modern Sonic, with just a few notable differences. Sharp werewolf-like ears and teeth, torn socks and gloves revealing claws, and pupilless eyes that resemble Dark and Darkspan Sonic from a few years prior. Additionally, this early concept included the ability to stretch his arms and deliver powerful punches, much like the Werehog we already know today. At that time, the design was internally referred to as Monster or Beast Sonic. Tanahashi felt that the initial design wasn't distinct enough, and he wanted to emphasize that beastly nature of the character that emerged at night. This process involved some trial and error, leading to a design that was quite unusual and more Yeti-like. Although many elements from this concept didn't make it onto the final version, the more bulky body shape did carry over. For instance, one design featured literal chains and locks, symbolizing the beast being shackled within, while other concepts focused on illustrating the curse of Dark Gaia, with designs that included tattoos in the shape of dragons and flames encircling his arms and body. I would guess a lot of these elements were then later reused for Dark Gaia minions and Dark Gaia himself, as seen in the final game. This concept was being dubbed Evil Sonic internally within the development team, and this concept, which gives Sonic's iconic shoes a spiky makeover for a wider look and adds more rugged, supersonic-like spines to his quills. It seems that elements from these two designs were combined to create the final version we have in the game. He retained a lot of elements from these concepts. He has werewolf-like features including curved thin ears, sharp teeth that protrude from his mouth, and a slightly taller stature. His chest and arms are more muscular, with large claws, and his fur darkens to a near black shade. His skin changes from a tan peach to a bluish gray, and he grows additional fur over his arms and chest. His eyes become more angular and intense, kind of resembling SA2 Shadow a little bit, and he gains those iconic cleats.
Sure, with these spiky cleats, anything is possible.
Cleats?
The Werehog design is spot on. It immediately conveys the essence of the form. Just as werewolves emerge at night, Sonic transforms at night. While normal Sonic has long legs for speed, the Werehog contrasts that with his strong muscular arms. Additionally, the Werehog's stretchy arms give Sonic extended reach and enhanced vertical movement like never before. I believe this aspect of the form is underutilized. While the Werehog is primarily used for slower combat and platforming, I think it would have been great to incorporate the unique feature of his stretchy arms into the speedy gameplay Sonic is known for. I'll show a cutscene from the game that really captures what the Werehog gameplay could have been like. Imagine being able to swing from building to building with your arms, slingshotting yourself onto enemies, and sliding down walls. That will bring Sonic's signature physics-based momentum gameplay into a fresh new way, feeling both unique but not straying too far from the reaction-based gameplay the boost introduced. By incorporating more environmental interactions for the Werehog, the stages will become more engaging. Instead of just only being able to grab colored walls and specific enemies, you can swing off any wall, ledge, or pole with levels designed around this mechanic. This would integrate seamlessly into the combat, making the Werehog slower on the ground compared to regular Sonic, but highly agile in the air. As a result, players would be encouraged to keep enemies airborne for as long as possible to take advantage of the Werehog's fluid aerial movement. If an Unleashed remake were to happen in the future, a reimagining of the Werehog gameplay would be fantastic, and rewrite a lot of the negative feelings people had about him. Because he's so well written in the narrative. Hey, speaking of which, is importance to the narrative.
Let's get scratching.
Sonic's transformation into the Werehog is due to the Dark Gaia energy fragments within him, which also makes the Dark Gaia minions. As a result, Sonic gains abilities similar to theirs, such as his elastic limbs and his enhanced strength. Dark Gaia has the power to tap into the darkest corners of your heart, bringing out despair and negative emotions that one might not even be aware of. This might explain why the Werehog reveals a side of Sonic that's rarely seen. After saving Amy, Sonic is unrecognized by her.
Who are you? Oh my gosh, I am so sorry!
Leaving him feeling sad and vulnerable.
Oh, I mean, don't worry. Hey, you only look really scary, Sonic. Inside, you're the same as ever. I guarantee it, okay? Sonic, cheer up. Chocolate. Want some chocolate?
Despite this, he remains resilient and maintains his confident demeanor, even though initially he doesn't realize it, thinking that Chip's influence kept him from turning.
I bet it's thanks to you. Even at night when I'm like this, I'm still myself, not like all the other people we've seen. You must have been protecting me this whole time. I haven't done anything, Sonic. You're the reason you haven't changed at all. You're too strong to lose yourself. I'm the reason? Yeah, you never doubt yourself, no matter what. You never give in to the night or the darkness inside your heart. I think it's because I knew that about you. That's why I wanted you to help me.
Examining the concept art, it's clear that the Werehog would have featured many of the same tattoos and fiery flames as the minions. This suggests that if Sonic had succumbed to the evil within, he would have looked much more like the minions and become more violent and animalistic. In the Archie comics, we got a deeper look at this side of Sonic, who's endured more hardships than his game counterpart. So when he gains the Werehog's power, he must actively resist the internal urges to avoid being fully consumed by Dark Gaia. Ultimately, he overcomes his influence with the support of its friends. Although the Werehog received a largely negative reception upon the release of Sonic Unleashed, I hope this video has helped you appreciate the underrated transformation and its potential. With its striking design, significant narrative impact, and its intriguing gameplay possibilities it could have offered, the Werehog deserves more recognition, and hopefully one day, a remake of the best Sonic game ever made will give the Werehog the recognition it deserves. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.